Harihi Om. Someday, early in the morning, a worm has taken birth on a tiny leaf of a gigantic tree. The moment it is born, it was so happy to see the large leaf. It's a large for the worm, because worm is tiniest. So it looked at the large leaf and it thought that, oh, I am very fortunate to be born in the midst of food. I need not make any effort to get food. I can eat up this whole leaf. It is created for me. Then it extended its sight towards the tree, and it saw the thousands of millions of leaves, countless leaves, and it felt so happy that it has got lots of food to eat. It thought, I can eat this food for countless days, for years together, and I can live happily, because I am very fortunate, because every creature struggles for food, but I am born in the midst of food. Thinking so, it has taken pride out of its position. It feels very proud that it has a plenty of food around in form of leaves. This tiny worm never know that there are gigantic trees, thousands of gigantic trees standing around in that forest. This tiny worm doesn't know that there are hills, there are streams, there are brooks, there are lakes around in the forest. This tiny worm doesn't know that there are big, large animals like elephants are living in this forest. This tiny bird doesn't know that even beyond the forest there are villages, there are hamlets, there are towns, there are cities. This tiny worm doesn't know that there are blue seas, vast blue seas existing with their depth on this planet. Because the vision of tiny worm, the sight of tiny worm is narrowed, naturally narrowed. It lives only within its limitations. Its body-mind programming has natural limitations. Its sight, its thought cannot go beyond that. Painfully, unfortunately, this tiny worm also doesn't know that the purpose of its creation, the purpose of its very existence, the purpose of its very life is to fall prey to a tiny bird flying around. Someday, at some point of time, at any moment, the bird comes flying and it catches the worm. Death is hovering around, but this tiny worm is taking pride in its position. So this is called ignorance. All humanity should apply this example to their lives. We think that we have this and that. We think that we have logical and intellectuals. We think that I can empower certain people. We can think that we can master, certain brains or minds. But still, you think it's so big. Whatever you are doing in this dynamic world is so big, and you take pride out of it. But comparing to the vast universe, you too are like a tiny worm living on that green leaf. You are not. Your achievements, your existence, your lifespan, your logic is very limited in this vast universe. When you realize this, you never be apart. You never try to be apart. Instead, you will become the integral part of this ecosystem. When you are integral part of this ecosystem with your conscious thought, all the humility comes to you and all the divinity enters into your being. Harihi Om.